Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading for the week of December 26th, I think. I don't know. It'll be in the description, but we're going to do past, present, future, and you have in your first row here for the past, you have the North Node card that says future on it. So clearly there could be a focus on your future, or you could have been very future focused in the past. I feel like there's a lot going on here, Scorpio. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Is this good or bad? I actually think it's good, is what I would say to you. You have the star here, so it's like you're heading in the right direction. See, you need to let something out, Scorpio. I've been saying this to you. I'm pretty sure. You have the star. The Hermit, he has his star. He has the star in his lantern. Look, there's like a big accomplishment waiting for you. I feel like something is like tapping its foot, being like, when is Scorpio going to appear for their big accomplishment, right? So especially for those of you that have like put in the work to, especially in work or business, I'm getting like maybe you've been preparing for a long time to, launch something into the world, to start a YouTube channel, a podcast or something like that. Or maybe you graduated school and it's like you're trying to get your career going or whatever the case may be. It's like there's like some sort of big accomplishment here that is kind of like waiting for you. For some of you, it could be a person as well. It could be a Virgo, an Aquarius. It could be one of the fixed signs, Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, or Leo. But, take it how it resonates. Could also be not a fixed sign like you, right? Could be something more mutable, I'm getting. So you have the North Node here. Again, it says future. I feel like you were very future focused. Big dreams, I'm getting here. Even the Nine of Pentacles is, pre-Empress energy. So it doesn't matter what gender you are. I feel in the past you were maybe wanting to be an Empress, kind of like having these ideas of being able to create your own abundance or being able to create love in your life. Take it how it resonates. You have the Nine of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, and the King of Wands here. So, like I said, definitely like trying to acquire more success, more wealth, more abundance. I do get like a fleeting energy. I have the word fleeting popping in my head, but I don't know if that's accurate. It's more of like a, trying to find my place in the world energy. So some of you, maybe you've literally done some traveling or moving over the past few years, right? Trying to figure out like where you fit in or where you want to fit in. I feel like you fit in anywhere, honestly, but I feel like you want to find a place where you feel like you fit in. I feel like saying you haven't been there yet, which is very interesting. So some of you, it's like if you're looking for a place to settle down or if you're looking for a place to move into or whatever, it's like maybe you just haven't found your place yet, but I feel like you will in the very near future. I see a lot of success coming in for you here as well. I feel like training your focus is going to be very important here, Scorpio. Some of you, maybe you got a little bit derailed. I feel like some of you have experienced a heartbreak that has maybe kind of made you really, I feel like it hurt your ego a little bit more maybe than it hurt you. It's not going to be true for all of you, but for some of you, I feel like it hurt your ego more than it, maybe you're saying it hurt me, and I'm not saying it didn't, but, it's like maybe there was part of it that really kind of made you feel like less than or whatever, and so I do feel that energy on this Three of Swords. The good news is that, Three of Swords, it's in your past position here, and it looks like you're kind of like healing from it, or you already have healed from it based off of the fact that you have the Star, the Ace of Cups here, and in just your present position looks amazing. You have the King of Wands. Could have been a King of Wands type person, could have been a fire sign, could have just been someone who was just a jerk. I'm not sure, but, take it how it resonates. And again, I feel like this person was very past focused. I feel that for a lot of you, the thing that's kind of popping into my head, which is interesting, is that, maybe when you would get into arguments, they would, maybe one thing that you noticed is that they would bring things up from the past. They wouldn't focus on the now. They would focus on things that had already been done. So, that could be a clue for some of you as to like who this person is or whatever. But it looks like you're, it's almost not even worth mentioning because, again, I feel like you're moving away from this energy. Could have been a Virgo as well for some of you, even though they're showing up as a King of Wands. With the Nine of Pentacles, here you go. You have this Riches card. The funny thing is I feel like this is what you're heading towards. Even though this is coming up in your past position, I read intuitively. And, all three water signs, have had really good money energy lately and really good finances lately and stuff like that. And, it just makes sense to me. I feel it's time for the water signs to step into their power to get the things that they deserve. And I feel that you are no exception. I definitely feel that, especially for those of you that have been working for it, there's an increase in your finances. I also think that water signs are becoming more efficient, or maybe you're learning how to become more efficient financially. These are like this, I'm basing this off your astrology and the lessons that you've probably learned over the past several years. So you've probably learned how to become more efficient with your finances, but also in business. Maybe you've learned ways to do less work but make more money, making you more efficient. I feel like all those things are going to be good for you. I feel like you're going to be benefiting. I think, you know what I think this is that Saturn's moving into Pisces, and that trines all three, all the water signs, trine each other. And I'm wondering if all the water signs are going to kind of benefit from that energy in some way. With the Three of Swords, you have this inspiration card. I mean, this comes up all the time. I talk about it all the time. I think one of the best things that we can do, plain and simple, is become an inspiration for other people. And it doesn't matter how many people always ask me, and I always say, it's like, it doesn't matter if it's one person. If everybody inspired one person to do something, then we'd probably live in a much better world, right? So don't discount the thinking, oh, I can only inspire one person. That's enough, right? That's good enough. And you should pat yourself on the back for that. So the star is also all about inspiration, where we have Pluto going into Aquarius. I talk about this all the time. People always ask me, what's my spiritual path? I'm like, really, to create your own reality. That's it, right? To kind of live your best life or create your best life. I think that's what we're here to do. But I would also say, if you want to take it like one step further, like showing other people how to do it by just being an inspiration, I think is enough. With the King of Wands, you have this independence card. Yeah, I mean, this person might have been too independent. The thing is, I think they thought they were independent, but they were actually very needy. That's what's popping into my head. So you could have been dealing with a person like that in the past. In your present position, you have this orphaned card. You could be feeling like a little bit lonely, or a little bit kind of like orphaned feeling. I don't feel it's as bad as it has been here for you, Scorpio. I feel maybe in the past, this feeling was probably much deeper, much worse. I feel like maybe it hurt a lot more in the past, but again, right now, I feel like you're kind of moving past this. I want to see what the next card is. Yeah, you have this thinker card. I feel like you need to stop thinking. I feel like you need to get out of your head, and especially if you're thinking about like love and stuff like that. You could be thinking too much about the past, but at the same time, there's clearly a new person coming in for you. Page of Pentacles could be an earth sign. It could be any sign. Page of Pentacles to me is just a new person. So whatever sign. Aquarius does stand out to me here. So does Virgo, but again, for some of you, I feel like the Virgo is the past person. Like I said, take it how it resonates. You have the Ace of Cups here, so definitely a love offer coming in for you. I feel like this is something that, overflows. The Ace of Cups is, you don't have to try hard with the Ace of Cups. It just kind of happens. There's like this overflowing energy and happiness and joy, and it's something that is self-fulfilling as well. So I feel for a lot of you, you could be getting into a connection with a person who's truly independent, meaning like maybe they don't need much, maybe I kind of feel like you could be attracting a person who's just kind of like happy on their own, but I don't think they want to be alone. That's not what I'm saying. Like, I think they just are kind of like a happy person, right? You can't beat that. I don't know. Do I need to say anything else? Probably not. But what I'd say is I feel like they're happy on their own. Having you in their life is just like, the icing on the cake or the cherry on top, whatever you want to call it. You could be attracting a person who really sees relationships as just like the cherry on top of life, which I think is like the best type of person to be with, because then they don't need you. They're like not needy. And, I feel like you could be attracting that type of person. But definitely like solid connection here. I feel like this is also your own personal fulfillment, though, as well. There's always like this work connection that pops into my head for you, Scorpio. I feel like there's like something that you want to work on, and it's been your focus, or you think about it quite a bit, whatever it is. Some of you, this could obviously be like thinking about a business. I always feel like you're starting something new, and this has been coming up for you for the past few months. And you've been thinking about it too much thinking is what I get here. It's like, how much more do you need to learn is what I feel like saying. Page of Pentacles is the card of studiousness, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't learn, but what I am saying is at a certain point, it's like we have to start putting what we've learned into action. We have to take action. We have to make something happen. And, that's kind of like what I feel here with the Page of Pentacles. You have the Star card as well, so there's like some sort of wish or wish fulfillment coming in for you. I also feel that, again, inspiration, she is inspiring other people to do things. So if you can do that, I feel that'll be very beneficial for you. I also feel there's like a certain amount of like fulfillment coming in for you from the star card. Star card doesn't really represent fulfillment, but it's kind of like self-fulfillment. She's like nurturing herself on this card. She's about to step into that pool. So anything you can do to fulfill yourself, I feel that would be obviously like a very good energy for you to be in. With the Ace of Cups, you have the Seduction card. Yep, this is the this is the Jupiter and Pisces card. Jupiter is leaving Pisces now. It depending on when you're watching this, because I'm releasing it like probably a couple days before Jupiter leaves Pisces. But if you're watching this on the week of the 26th, Jupiter is in Aries. But it's like I'm wondering if over this year you've had your eye on someone in 2022. So if you've had your eye on a person, could be any sign, like I said, this could be a card that's saying like it's time now. Now that Jupiter has left Pisces, it's almost like that was the setup. Aries is action, so Jupiter's entering into Aries. And intuitively what I'm feeling here is it's like time to take action. So it's time to start flirting. It's time to shoot your shot. It's time to do whatever you do, Scorpio. I don't know, but right, I would just do it with this energy. I would also say, like, I would pay attention to things that are seducing you. And I'm not talking about necessarily people. It could be, but I'm talking about, with that and the star, it's like there could be something that's capturing your interest. There could be, like, a new interest, a new hobby, a new, business idea, something like that. And it's kind of, like, seducing you in. Maybe you feel, like, very captivated by something. And I would move towards those things that captivate you, that interest you, because there could be like a business there for you. There could be a job that makes you money or something like that. So, that's what I'd be doing. With the Page of Pentacles, you have this organization card. What else did I say here? I thought I saw something else about this. I don't know. I could be, I'm always over here making things up in my head, Scorpio. But anyway, organization. This card is Capricorn for some reason, but always reminds me of Virgo. So you definitely could be a Virgo. I feel like being organized is going to be important. My only problem with that is like Page of Pentacles and this organization card. For those of you that are like starting something, I feel, again, there can be this like, I get like a little bit of that analysis paralysis type of energy here. That's not quite right to like what I'm feeling, but sometimes I think we can overthink things. We like, oh, I need a website to start my business. Oh, I need this to start my business. But do you? Probably not. Just get started, right? And I feel like that's kind of what this is saying. It's like saying, don't try to get everything perfect. With the star card, you have the speculation card. What I would say here is that this isn't like a bad card, but the star card kind of represents needing to see the big picture, needing to see everything exactly as it is. And for some of you, I feel like you need to kind of like not speculate. That's part of the stars. Like the stars up here in the sky, we can have these dreams. We can imagine how things are going to go. But until we bring it down to earth, we have no freaking clue how anything is going to go. So I feel like you need to not like, it's time to stop like imagining. And I'm not really saying don't imagine, but what I am saying is that it's time to take action, right? At the end here for your future position, you have this business card. It literally says, business on it, expect to have an amazing boost up the business ladder. We were talking about this the whole entire time. It also says, elevate your awareness and think bigger. Star, world, right next to each other. Hermit, think big. Then you have this card that says, don't soothe your pain with monetary or momentary pleasures. I cannot read today, but if you're going through something with that Three of Swords, I would not be trying to like run back to a past person, for example, to soothe your pain. If you're, I think we all do this. Like sometimes if we go through a breakup, maybe we kind of look for the next person just so we don't feel pain. I feel like this is saying like that's temporary and you need to focus on like long-term success. That's what I'd be doing here. You have the Hermit, the Four of Cups, and the World card here. I do feel like some sort of obstacle with this Four of Cups. Four of Cups is normally a card of contemplation and apathy. He's like trying to manifest something in his life, but it's like, he's not picking anything. He's not grabbing onto these cups. Nothing is perfect, And so for some of you, I feel like there could be an obstacle to getting to something that you see as an achievement. It could be like a person, a place, or a thing that you're trying to accomplish here with the world. Again, the world can just be an accomplishment. For some of you, this could be like a long distance connection as well. And so that, obviously if you're with a person long distance, that could be the obstacle that's going on here with the world card. For others, I feel like you need to believe that you can create something. Again, she represents a sorceress. She is able to create worlds with her wands. She has two wands there. One of them kind of represents like the wand from the magician. The other one kind of represents the wand just like a wand of being able to create things through action. So I feel like you need to use your power as a manifestation here to create the things that you desire to have in your life. And I feel like you need to stay focused as well with this energy. I also feel that you definitely need to think bigger, which it said on one of those cards here. And you have the Hermit, and again, the Hermit, he has the star right here in his lantern. His feet are actually frozen at the top of the mountain here. He's climbed to the top of the mountain. He's gained some inner guidance, some inner ideas, some plans, some actions, whatever. But he needs to kind of like set himself free. He needs to start moving. He could easily set that lantern down by his feet, and he would be able to start moving forward. So I feel like some of you need to start moving forward, especially if you're in that orphaned space, like you're feeling lonely or whatever. And, I kind of feel that energy of, it's like, what they say? They say, easy come, easy go, Scorpio, right? So I feel like there is something big that you want to accomplish. It's not going to be easy, but it's going to last a long time. Same thing with a relationship as well. It's like maybe there could be a relationship that could be difficult to get to. There could be some sort of obstacle. And we're not talking about a bad obstacle here, like this person's married or this person is, a player or something like that. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about maybe like distance, or maybe they have a business and they're very successful. So like time could be the obstacle. But again, easy come, easy go. So I feel like there could be something that's like, there's some obstacles to overcome, but getting it is going to be very good for you. With the Hermit, you have this eccentricity card. What will everyone else think, Scorpio? I feel like you need to get over this too. Again, not calling you out here, but again, there could be some things that you want to do with your life, but you could be worried too much about what other people will think. So I feel like you need to realize that being eccentric, being weird is way better than being normal. So don't try to be normal, is what I feel like this is saying. I also feel like you could be attracting a person who's very eccentric, who isn't normal. And I mean that in the best way possible. So, I would go for it if I were you. With the Four Cups, you have this inheritance card. I don't think this is like, it's for some of you, obviously, it could be like a real legitimate inheritance. I would say you would know about it though. But I feel like you could be kind of like inheriting information. And this could be you learning through like a period of time. You know what is also interesting is like, I feel like you're inheriting someone else's gift of a person. Like for some of you, if you have new love coming in for you, especially if it's like an earth sign, or it could be someone who has a lot of earth in their chart, I guess, as well. I also see you have Cancer here. I mean, you have basically everything here. It could be any sign, but it's almost like you're inheriting another person's gift. Like you might be meeting a person where you're saying to yourself, like, how is this person single? Like, sometimes I think we meet a person who's like too good and we're like, there has to be something wrong because they're too good. It's like, how are they single? I think this person is single because it's like their past person effed up, and they messed up. And so like, I almost feel like the universe is bringing you a gift that someone else just was like, just couldn't see, or, didn't, just totally ignored, or whatever you want to call it. Right. So it's almost like you're inheriting something. If you find love, and if you're saying to yourself, how is this person single? I feel like they weren't single. I think they're single because, they just got out of something. Maybe they've taken some time. Maybe you're meeting a person who took some time to heal. So I feel like you are kind of getting something, or could be meeting someone who's very good. This could also be you as well. You could be the gift here, Scorpio. So, take it how it resonates. But that's kind of like what I feel there. With the World card, you have the Appreciation card. I feel it's kind of weird to me. I really didn't expect so much of this type of energy coming up this year, 2023. I know that we're not in 2023 yet, but close enough, right? And, so the Five of Cups has come up quite a bit. This Appreciation card has come up quite a bit. And what I'm saying is, to me, if you want to attract things, appreciation, gratitude, always very good energies to use to manifest what you want. But there's just been like such an emphasis on appreciation, on appreciating things and enjoying things, and, just kind of like trying your best to live the good life, right? Maybe trying to create the good life in front of you. I'm a big fan of doing that. But I would just like make sure you're taking extra time. I always like, one of my favorite things that I've done over the past 3 years is I've really kind of just been enjoying my wins. Like if I have a win, if there's some sort of win in my life, I celebrate it. And I really like soak in the energy longer than I normally would. Because I used to just like blast right through things. Like I'd have a success and I'd be on to the next thing, right? And, I think that's a great way to live an empty life. And what I would say here is I feel like when we kind of like celebrate our wins, when we enjoy them, when we express the gratitude for those things, no matter how big or small they are, then we get more of them, right? And that's what I feel like this is saying. It's like saying express gratitude. But again, I am surprised like at how much that type of energy has come up. So let's see here. We are going to pull 5 main themes for you now. You actually have 6 because I pulled an extra one. So there you go. You have this crown card. It says honor and respect will come to you. For some of you, I do feel like you could almost be here you go. I was going to say you could almost be attracting a power couple type person. This right here is the acquisition card. It's like my fancy couple card. And so, you could be attracting a person where you kind of are gaining your crown with this person. But you have this riches card as well. I feel like you could be doing this on your own. You have this turkey card. Someone is behaving stupidly. Definitely a turkey in your energy is what I would say as far as a person is concerned. Like I was saying earlier about with that inheritance card, this could be your past person, but it could also be your new person's past person. That's like a mouthful. That's a tongue twister, but there definitely could be a turkey going on, kind of floating around here. You have this bird flying. It says news is on the way. I definitely feel communication. And again, if you're attracting a new person, I feel you could be getting communication here. You have the shield card. It says you need to defend yourself. And by defending yourself, I mean do nothing. Mars retrograde still. Again, I keep telling people, it's like, yeah, put up boundaries and all that other stuff. But if people are talking about you or something and you try to defend yourself, you're just going to look guilty. So I always tell people it's like the best way to defend yourself right now is just boundaries and, blocking if it's people or just ignoring if it's people, right? You have this sunrise card. Says new creative idea, new venture, fresh start. Definitely a fresh start in business or career if you're like working towards something new. You have the shark. It says take care or there will be loss of material wealth. This has come up for every single person. Not that card, but like very similar cards. And I just think it's a sign of the times. I mean, I wouldn't be out there buying like 20 Ferraris if you make a bunch of money. I would kind of save some money and like practice good financial habits and all that other stuff. But other than that, I feel like you'll be fine as long as you do that. So this looks really good here, Scorpio. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.